Welcome back to Tuntum Network, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited to be here. Today's episode is special for this Sunday because there's a lot happening in Ghana. Over this week, there's been a massive campaign happening in Kumasi, one of our big cities in Ghana, and it's about a particular man who is moving the goalpost. There's a new wind of change blowing the political system in Ghana, and I want to bring it to your attention, especially for my international audience. And this is something a lot of Ghanaians, especially the youth, have been praying for. I'm going to show you a campaign video of a certain man. His name is Kennedy Japan. He's a member of parliament in Ghana for the MPP party. He stands for a lot of things that the youth of Ghana today stands for. He's beloved by the youth. He's beloved by his party's grassroots people. And if you see the number of delegates who came to support him in Kumasi, that should tell you that this wind of change is something the youth really hold on to. Now, what is happening here? The man feels that the system that he's a part of is sort of trying to stifle his campaign in favor of the vice president of Ghana. Remember, they are the two main people who are standing. There are other ones who are also competing, but these two are the main ones, Kennedy Japan and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And he said a lot about how the system, the MPP party's top people, are trying to muscle him in order to give it up and let the vice president take the lead and become the flag bearer of the party. The youth of this country are watching. If he goes independent, one thing I'm sure is going to happen is that hundreds of thousands of youth are going to follow him into independence. And this disruption is something that the youth have been yearning for so many years. Take a look at this video. You may not understand the language, but I'll come back and try to give some perspective to it and break it down as usual so that my audience can understand what is going on. Please take a look at this.
National Council, the highest body of MP, now for 2 to me, now the prophet and time workers. Now I dare him, going to dare him. I dare him to me to make a mistake. And you see man in this country. And Benfua Besra say, Mr. Put down and for my Bawumia. I'm a vice president. I'm not like Allah.
Now, if you look at the video, what he's trying to say is he's mentioning names, certain names, the regional chairman of the MPP in the Ashanti region, how he has manipulated the system in favor of the vice president of Ghana. He's sending a word of warning to them that he is not going to behave like the other guy who has resigned out of the party because of the way he and his delegates were treated. In fact, he made an allegation that they even approached him. People from the top hierarchy of the party approached him with money and offers to make him step down in order for the vice president to take the lead. In the situation, something happens, and it's something that I'm suspecting is going to happen on 4th November when they go to the polls to elect their leader of the MPP party. If that happens and he's unable to become the leader of the party, 2 theories I have in mind. The first theory that I have is this. He's going to go independent. And I promise you, as a matter of fact, the day he goes independent, hundreds of thousands of youth are going to follow him. The reason is simple. They feel he cares about them. They feel he's an honest man. He's always defending the ordinary person. Okay, he has businesses that is giving jobs to thousands of people, more than 10,000 people. And aside from that, over the last 30 years plus, Ghana has been ruled by 2 political parties. And so if you look at Ghana's situation now and you think it is good, then you are supporting what these 2 political parties have done for the nation so far. But if you look at Ghana's situation and you say it is bad, then clearly there is a problem with these 2 governments who have been taking turns governing this country. But the second theory is this. If it happens that he loses the elections genuinely and he accepts that he lost the election, I still believe that what is going to happen is this. Because of the statement he has made about the vice president in the past, it's going to be very difficult for him to give his support to the same vice president. What am I saying here? All this while, this is what he has been saying. He has been talking about things that the vice president was saying when they were in opposition and how he planned to come and do it. And now he's in power and he hasn't been able to do. And as a result of that, whenever he's speaking about the vice president, there is this connotation of incompetence that is attached to it. I don't know if maybe it's just about me, but that is how it looks on the surface. But this is the kind of disruption that we have all been praying for in this country. I mean, this disruption started in South Africa, and I was wishing for it in Ghana. Let me tell you about the story in South Africa. There was this man called Julius Malema, who was the youth leader in South Africa in the ANC party. He was kicked out of the party for so many reasons. I'll do an episode on that, by the way. And when he was kicked out, about 11 years ago, he went and started his own political party. Guess what has happened to that party today? Today, they have 44 seats, and they are the third force in South Africa, just behind the ANC and the DA. That same party stands a big chance of winning more seats and eventually become the government of South Africa. This is what the youth of Africa are also wishing for. For a country like Ghana, in Nigeria, I was wishing for the same thing for them. But unfortunately, it couldn't happen. Whenever the political scene is binary, where there are only two political parties who are taking turns in controlling the country, it's sort of they take everything for granted. Because if it's not A, it's going to be B. If it's not B, it's going to be A. And they take the people for granted. Development is stunted. Nothing is happening. No new idea. And the same people will be in position for as long as they live. And that is what we don't want. To me, the best thing that happened was what happened to this man a few months ago when the party went into an election to reduce the number of people who are aspiring to become flag bearer from 10 to 5. And the top people did not vote for him. Remember, these are people he has helped financially. And with his fame, he has supported so many years. But if you are a leader or whoever you are, if you are somebody who has people following you, and the people who doesn't support you when you need them the most, and rather chooses to support somebody they have just met, it speaks more about who those people are more than who you are. I don't know if you get me right. All this while, they only needed you for your resources. They needed you to help them do what they wanted to do in their political career. But when it got to your career, they are not interested in supporting you. And I think that is the best thing that happened to this man. Because at this point, he knows clearly who is in favor of him and who is against him. And as a leader, if you know your enemies from your friends, that is a plus. Because if he manages to win the flag bearer without the support of these top people, it simply means this, that he didn't need their help from the beginning. And in moving forward to 2024 election, he wouldn't need their help. Guess what? There's a lot of people who want to help him, but they don't want to help me knowing that all these other people are with him. What happens is if the system helps you to get you up there, the system will control you. It will be what the system wants against what the nation wants. And this is a man who cannot be bullied. I thank God that this man is running at a time like this because he's the only person who can be doing it. In order for you to run in that situation that he's in, you have to be somebody who is rich or successful in business. You have to be somebody who has passion for the nation. And you have to be somebody who is really driven. Or else the system will muscle you until you give up and then go back into your normal lifestyle. If he wins, what has happened is the grassroots people have won. The people on the down low have won. The ordinary citizen have won. But if the system guy wins, it is business as usual and nothing will change. If nothing changes, new things wouldn't come. So I like what he's doing, and I hope at the end of the day, on the 4th of November 2023, when they go to the election, the delegates will consider him and possibly vote for him to become the flag bearer of their party. God bless you for being a part of this. I'll come again with another episode. Until then, thank you so much for being a part of this, and bye-bye for now.